Perfection is not attainable, but if we chase perfection, we can catch excellence. So hello guys, let's continue again. Let's understand the time class of date time module. Time class represents the local time of the day and it is independent of other parameters. It considers all the day of same length, which means that they are having same number of seconds. Time class is made to work purely with time, so we cannot use any other optional parameter here such as date, year, season or anything like that. It can provide a resolution of microseconds, so it has total of hours, minutes, seconds and microseconds. So now let's understand the syntax for time object using which we can define time. So for that we have to write datetime.time and provide the required arguments. All of the arguments are optional. Even if we don't provide any argument, it will work perfectly fine. Here I have discussed about hour, minute, second and microsecond as the arguments. There are a few other arguments also which I have not discussed. So now let's discuss the acceptable value for the parameters that we have seen. Hours should be between 0 to 24, minutes should be between 0 to 60, seconds should also be between 0 to 60 and a microsecond should be between 0 to 10 lakh. So now let's go for a hands-on practical. First of all, start the Python REPL by giving the command python. Now let's import the time class from datetime module, and for that we have to write from datetime import time. So now let's check what is inside this class, and for that we have to use the dir function on this class. It returns a list containing number of attributes and methods. As a thumb rule, now let's check what is inside the doc string, and for that we have to use the special variable named doc. So it returns a syntax of time object and shows that time is the object here, and it also shows that all the arguments are optional. So here I am making a time object, and for that we have to write time and provide the parentheses. We can also provide the arguments, but they are optional, so I am not providing them, and if I print it, it says that time is 0. So here I am making one more time object, and this time I am providing only one argument which is at the place of hour, and if I print it, then it will show that the hour as 10. So now if I make another time object and if I provide 4 arguments to it, the first argument will be considered for hour, second for minute, third argument for seconds and fourth argument for microseconds. So now if I print it, then the hours will be 10, minutes will be 1 and similarly seconds and microseconds will be placed. Here we can also assign a value to our argument directly. For example, if I just want to assign a value to hours and seconds without giving a value of minutes, I can directly write hour and provide the value, and second and then provide the value to it. So here minutes will be 0 in this case, but the value of hours will be printed and the value of seconds will also be printed. So when I execute it, we can see that value of hours and seconds is the same that I have assigned, but for minutes I haven't assigned anything, so it is 0. And this concept in Python is basically known as keyword or named arguments. So now let's see the minimum value of time which is accepted, and for that we have to write time.min and we have to print it using the print function. For maximum value we just have to replace min with max. So now let's explore the replace method, but before that we need to have a time object, so I'm making a time object here. So let's also print the value of this object using the print function. So here I'm making a variable to actually hold the value which is being provided by the replace method when we use it on the time object. So here in replace method, if we directly write the value, then it will change the first corresponding value, that will be of hours. But if we want to change something else, we can specify, like I have done here. I have specified seconds and I have provided the value for that. Now if I execute it, it will just update the value for seconds. Rest all remains the same. So here in this case I am giving two values, I am not specifying them. So when I execute it, the value of hour and minutes should be changed respectively. There should not be any change in the value of seconds. So here we can see that the value of hours and minutes have changed, but there is no change in the value of seconds with respect to the first time object where the value of seconds were also 0. So now let's use another method which is strf time, which means string format time, and for that we need another time object. So I'm just making a time object here, and after that we will implement that. So here I'm just printing the value of time object using the print function. To use strf time, we have to use it on the time object, and for that we have to write time object dot strf time, and inside the parentheses we have to provide the required arguments. So here I am just starting at double quotes, and inside that we can write %h for hours, %m for minutes, and %s for seconds. So when I run it, you will see that it is in the same format that I have provided. First it is showing hour, then minute, and then second. the microsecond has been eliminated. Similarly, if we just want to print the value of hours, we can directly write strf time and provide %h, which means hours, and it will work fine. If we want to display some custom text, we can directly write inside that. For example, here I am writing hour equals to %h, so it will print hour equals to 1. So now let's check the type of the time object, and for that we have to use the type function in Python. So even though it looks like a string object, but it is not a string object and it belongs to class datetime.time. Now to typecast it into string, we have to use the str function or the string function provided by Python. So I'm writing str and I'm providing the name of my time object. Now if I print it using the print function, the output will remain the same, there will be no change. But if I check its type using the type function, then we will see that the type is now str. So as soon as I execute it, it shows that classes of type str or string. So I hope that everyone has got some knowledge from this video, and if you have any doubts then do comment and let me know. So that's all for today. My new video will be uploaded soon. Thank you.